Hey, what's up? This is Fred. Wanted to bring a quick video to you guys, let you know what's going on. A lot of people have been asking. I wanted to go ahead and go over this info with you guys to let you know that it is in effect now, right? So if you guys are looking at getting back on the credit, or if you've always wanted to get started and never did, now's your time. We got the promotion running through the end of the month, and let me explain kind of how that works. All right, so our enrollment fee is normally $324. Right now we're taking $25 off. It's going to be an enrollment fee of $299. Okay, but now what we have, we put into place now is we have a pick your program. All right, so you can pick how much you want to pay per month. It's either going to be $74 a month, $99 a month, or $124 a month. And let me tell you the difference between the three different options. So the $74 a month plan, we're going to dispute only to the bureaus. So it will be disputes sent only to the credit bureaus, and we will be faxing these disputes on your behalf. Okay. This is the cheapest plan we have, but keep in mind it is only going to the credit bureaus. Second plan, it's $99 a month, and again, this is only going to the credit bureaus, but now the difference between this and the first plan is we'll be faxing and sending a follow-up of the disputes through the mail. Okay, so we'll send these disputes on your behalf. Okay, fax so that they'll get the dispute immediately, but then we'll also send a follow-up in the mail. Okay, and the third option is the $124 a month option, and basically the way this plan is going to work is we will fax and email the credit bureaus, but on top of that we will do the same thing with the creditors. Okay, and there's a disclaimer here: if we do not have a fax number for the creditor, and then it would just go in regular mail. But if we do have a fax number for that creditor, we will fax that document as well. So these are the three different options. We want to bring this to you to let you know exactly what's happening, right? So you guys are asking, okay, well, what's the promo? Well, the first part of the promo is you get a $25 discount off the top of the enrollment fee. Second thing is you get to pick your plan. You know, before we only had $124 a month. Now we have all three options, right? Because sometimes people they can't afford it. Number three, okay, is we are going to pay up to 12 months of your credit monitoring. Okay, now what does that look like for you guys? Credit monitoring is billed by a third-party company that integrates with our software. It is required and mandated to be in the program. Okay, they charge $29.95 per month. So you're going to save that for up to 12 months. Now, what does it mean when I say up to? Basically, what it means when I say up to 12 months is that as long as you're making your monthly program based on the plan that you pick, then we're going to go ahead and make that payment to the credit monitoring company on your behalf for up to 12 months. So as long as you're paying, we'll pay it for 12 months. Okay. And then the last part of the promotion is this: if you've never been part of our program before, you're going to receive a 25% discount on the enrollment fee. So not only are you receiving the $25, but now you're going to receive an additional $75 off. Okay, so it's going to be a total of $100 off of the enrollment fee. Okay, if you've been with the program within the last 6 months and have been making your payments, but you just fell off for whatever the reason may be, what's going to happen is we're going to give you a 50% discount on the enrollment. Okay, so that's 25 plus another 150, so you're going to save another $175. Okay, and if it's been long, excuse me, let me go ahead and rephrase that. That is if it's been over 6 months that you've been with us, okay? But if it's within 6 months, then we're going to give you 75% off the enrollment fee. So the only thing that you'd be owed today, it would be $75, okay? So pick your plan, you know, depending upon if you've been a client with us or not, you're going to receive that type of discount as well, okay? But we wanted to bring this to you. Just keep in mind it's only good through the end of the month. If you guys are looking at trying to get your finances in order, and try to get your credit repaired and fixed. Learn about credit, learn how it's going to impact your financial future, what that looks like for you. If you guys want to go over budgeting and talk about what that looks like for you, how to get out of debt, how to receive more income, how to evaluate what your current position is actually paying. There's a lot of things that people don't know, and I'm trying to bring that education to you. So if you guys are looking at trying to learn more about what a financial consultation looks like and what my job and my role as a consultant is going to be for you, I'm taking everything back, right? I want to take it all the way back down to the ground floor. I want to make sure that you guys understand this, because understand this, right? If you guys continue doing what you've done over the past, expecting a different result, that's just the definition of insanity. I want to try to change that for you, as well as you teaching your family the same thing that I'm going to teach you within this program. So again, right now it's only good through October 31st, 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., it's going to shut down. So if you want to take advantage after that, it's not going to be available. For those of you guys that have been looking for it, you guys have been asking for it. We had the meeting last Friday, right? I'm sorry it took so long for me to get the information out to you. There's been a lot of things going on in the background that we had to change up, trying to make things happen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a sign-up link below. So just click on the link if you guys want to get started, if you know anybody who's interested in this program. Because let me explain what the program is. Basically what we've done, and I've been talking about this for over 2 years now, is I wanted to redesign what Approve My Score looks like and what the companies look like, what we're doing to try to differentiate ourselves from everybody else out there. Because if you hear the word credit sweep, what they're doing is they're doing some illegal stuff behind the scenes. They're filing false police reports under your name. They're filing false affidavits under your name, right? And sending this to the bureaus, and it could jeopardize you, right? Both financially and criminally. Okay, so I don't want you to go down that route. I really want you to learn what it is and why it is, right? Because what we're doing is we're getting to the root problem of what's going on, right? We want to make sure that you understand that if you don't fix the problem from the root, and you just continue doing the things that you're doing, nothing's going to change, and you're going to keep yourself in that revolution, right? That hamster wheel. You're going to keep doing the same thing, keep doing the same thing. What we're trying to do is trying to help educate you, to teach you more about your financial background, right? So that way you can kind of learn and understand, okay, this is what I'm doing now. These are the things that are happening now, right? How much money am I bringing in? Am I bringing in enough to cover the bills, right? Am I spending too much? And what does that spend look like, right? So there's all these things that go on, but until you address that and put a proper budget in order, right? Because we need to know what our income is as well as what our expenses out are, right? If we don't have that, we're never going to get ahead of things, right? We're going to stay in the red. But my job and my role, again, is to get you in the black. We want to make sure that you understand that if you continue doing those things, you're never going to get ahead. So we want to try to shift that mindset, shift the way that you're thinking, to try to put your family's finances in proper respect to what it is that you want your future to look like. We want you to understand things that you could do to earn extra money, right? We have affiliate programs within our company, right? We have ways to help you save on different things. So it's just us doing what we can do to help you, right? To help educate you and show you ways that we can help, right? A lot of times people have different streaming platforms. They have Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Disney channels. Plus their cable, right? They're spending all this money, right? They may have a gym membership and they don't even go to the gym, right? So what does that look like for you? What are you guys doing, all right? I'm just here to try to help navigate and push you to where you need to go, right? But you can't make a horse drink, right? The horse can be thirsty, you can lead it to water, but you can't make it drink. I want to show you where the well is, but also show you how to tap into that well to get everything that you need, right? But hey, I'm only one person, but I want to be the one person for you, right? This is what's different between what we're doing here as a financial consulting company compared to what a credit repair company is doing. Part of financial consulting does deal with credit repair, right? And what we're going to be doing is we're going to focus, our main focus is a financial consultant part to consult you and teach you and train you and educate you on what that looks like for you, right? How you go out and find different partners to affiliate yourself with for different aspects of your life, right? You have insurance, right? Do you have proper insurance set up? If you were to pass away tomorrow, what does that look like for your family, right? Do you have anything put in place, right? Do you have anything that acts like a life insurance policy, right? Because a lot of times people will say, hey, I got an insurance policy with my job, right? And yeah, that's cool because it's free or very, very cheap, right? But you don't own that policy, right? And there's a lot of things like if you have an insurance policy through your job, I'd love to review that for you, right? If you can get it for me. You know, like I said, you don't own the policy. It's a group policy. And the way those policies work, it's kind of like a company car. If you no longer work for that company, if you lose a job, get sent somewhere else, you know, now you no longer have that policy, right? So what does that look like for you? These are the types of things that we need to think about, right? We have insurance for our cell phone, right? Is our cell phone really that much more important than if you were to pass away tomorrow and what that looks like for your family, right? I want to come here. I want to do this video just to let you know exactly what we're doing. Switching things up. I've been talking about it for 2 years plus, right? I've been telling you I'm rebranding. I've been telling you all these things. Like if you look at the logo is different, right? Because we want to make sure that you understand what it means to be put yourself and your family in a different financial position. We want to make sure that you understand what that looks like, right? You got insurance for your car. You got health insurance, dental insurance, eye insurance, right? For your vision. What does it look like, right? What does it look like? So we want to make sure that we put insurance people in front of you. You know, somebody to do your taxes, you know, because you could hear people and people are always suggesting and making suggestions about all these things, right? But a lot of these things that they're making suggestions on, you need a license, right? For example, insurance. For example, when it comes to taxes, you know, legal advice. Anybody can't just give you that type of advice. They can tell you things, right? But it's not legal advice and it shouldn't be construed as that, right? So I'm just here to try to help you guys, right? So when I talked about the rebrand over these past couple of years, we finally got this thing in place, right? It's taken a long time. There's been a lot of studying, a lot of things behind the scenes that I've been doing, and that's why you haven't seen as much from me, right? Because I've been in the background doing other things. I've been doing these things like studying to get my certification, right? To learn how to properly guide you guys, because like I had it in the beginning, right? But there were some things that I just didn't know, and you know, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and that's where I was at. I didn't know, but until I went through this training, which was a big investment, right? I went through this big investment to get this training so I can provide for you guys, right? I've been doing this for 22 years, right? Everything has to do with your budget. When you mess up your credit, it comes down to your budget. You know, you messed up your credit because you missed your payments, because you probably couldn't afford it, because you overspent. But if you have those things in order and you start addressing them the way you should, things will change for you. And that's what I'm here for. And like, I'll beat you guys up with this. I'm going to tell you guys over and over and over and over again, because that's what it is. That's how it works, right? Now, if you go to these other companies, you got big credit repair companies, nationwide credit repair companies. they're salespeople, right? When you call in, you're going to get a salesperson, but you're not going to be able to actually physically talk to somebody when you need to cancel or when you need information or you want to go over things, right? When you go to a company and you say, hey, I need to get my credit fixed, which one of them are actually asking you about budgeting, right? Why did you get into this situation? How did you fall into this situation, right? Or are they just saying, hey, this is what you need, go get your credit report, let's do this, let's do that. I want to know truthfully what got you into the situation so I can try to avoid that from happening to you again, right? Because there's a lot of times people come through a program and then they go through the program over and over and over again, right? It's kind of like why I'm putting this promo out. It's because I want to try to help reach those people. I want to help get them into the position to, hey, look, we've gone through the program before, or maybe we haven't, right? Now, whether you have or you have not, it is what it is. If you've gone through the program and everything's looking good for you. I applaud you. But if you've gone through the program and now you're back in the same position again, now we need to say, okay, look, let's take a step back. Let's see exactly what happened. Let's see why it happened, right? Because a lot of times I could ask you how much you bring home. And a lot of times you're going to give me a number, and that number is not going to be to the exact penny, right? If you're paid every 2 weeks, that amount should be the same amount every 2 weeks if you're a full-time employee, right? So what that looks like for you, I don't know. I want to get into it. I really want to. I want to address that issue with you. I want to go over that info with you, right? Because there's been so much information that I see online, right? I see the people doing the credit sweeps. I see them doing these illegal affidavits to the FTC, right? I've seen it. I've seen it all before, right? And are you willing to let a company charge you to do these illegal tactics for you, right? I don't want that for you, right? I just want to kind of put you in a position to help you understand, right? Are you looking to buy a car, right? If you're looking at buying a car, leave a comment below. I want to buy a car. What I'll do is I'll send you some information on how to do proper research when it comes to purchasing a vehicle, right? Proper research, because you can look online on Google and say, hey, I want to go buy a car. What does that look like? If you go to the dealership, they're going to bring out a piece of paper, right? Piece of paper has the 4 quadrants. They want to know let me see. Can you see the quadrants? They want to know what your down payment is. They want to know what your trade-in is. They want to know what your monthly payment. And they want to also know what the price is. Okay? So this is what it's going to look like. I'm not sure if it's in this order, right? They want to know how much you have down, what your trade-in value is, the price of the vehicle, and what your monthly payment that you could afford, right? That's not everything that goes into purchasing a vehicle, okay? Be honest and upfront with you. I bought over 20 cars in my life. Heck, I bought 10 in the last couple of years, right? So I've gone through the song and dance. I don't want you to fall into the trap, right? I had a client talk to me the other day, right? Credit score is 750, right? So you can qualify for the best rates. They wanted to give a 9.9% interest rate, right? Why? One, he went to a mom and pop shop, right? So I let him know, okay, instead of going to a mom and pop shop, they're trying to give you a high interest rate, which is 9.99%, basically 10%. I told him I don't want you paying more than 6%, okay? The interest rates right now, they're changing, with the inflation and all that, and how the rates are going up. So 6% is still high for me, but it is what it is. You know, I just purchased a vehicle. I got 3.49. That was the best rate that I could find. Again, inflation. So things are happening, right? My last car I bought, I'm at 2.29%. That was the best rate then. That was March 2020. Here we are, September 20. Well, we're in October now, but September 2022 when we purchased a vehicle, 3.49. Okay. So what else goes into that? Well, you need insurance for the vehicle, right? You need gas for the vehicle. How far is it to work, right? To and from to work, right? How many miles does a car get, right? Are you getting 20 miles a gallon or are you getting 50 miles a gallon, right? So all of these things play a factor when it comes to purchasing a vehicle, right? Depending on how far it is, that's going to tell you how often you're going to need to get services for your vehicle, right? Things like tires, oil change, tire rotation, those types of things, it all comes into consideration, right? Are you going to drive a dirty car or are you going to pay to get a car wash, right? Most people are going to pay, right? I pay $39, it's $40 a month. I can get unlimited car washes, right? So what does it look like for you, right? I don't know your particular circumstance, but in this particular client's case, they want to give them 10%. Told them no, scratch that. Don't go to a mom and pop shop. If you do, that's cool. However, we need to look at things like mileage because he's buying a used vehicle. So we want to look at mileage. We want to look at the age of the car, right? Because all of these things play a factor when it comes to financing, you know, because if the car is over 7 years old and has over 100,000 miles or 150,000 miles, whatever the case may be, that's going to directly affect what the interest rate is, right? Are you purchasing a certified vehicle? Another thing that's going to affect the interest rate. So these are the types of things that you need to know and have knowledge of. So if you're interested, leave me a comment below. Buying a car, right? I want to buy a car, put auto loan, whatever the case is that has to do with the vehicle. I'm going to send you what I give my clients who are out looking for a vehicle, because I don't want you to get stuck, right? Paying for something that you may lose because they put you in a bad loan, right? And you didn't know better. And because it's your first loan or because you have bad credit, you thought that, oh, great, I was just wanting to get approved for the loan, right? Do you want to get approved or you want to get approved with the best interest rate that you qualify for? See, these are things that we need to think about. Don't just go in there with the mindset, hey, they approved me. Let me go ahead and just sign on the dotted line. I had a client, he was paying $998 a month for a vehicle, right? We got his credit in order. He refinanced the vehicle. Payment went down to $630, right? Do you see the difference here? $630. It's almost $370 savings, right? So, and that's per month. And this was a 6-year loan, right? So if you can imagine, I think he had the car less than a year before he was able to refinance. But if you can imagine the amount of money he's going to save, you know, it's over 10 grand, right? It's over 10,000. Now, what does that look like if he was to invest that money, right? Now, I'm not going to give investment advice because that's not my lane. I'm gonna keep within my lane. But if he wants to get a life insurance policy with some of that money, I can help him with that, right? Because I am licensed in several different states, so I can help him with that. There's these types of things that you have to think about when it comes to your future, right? You need to think about what your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals are, and that's what part of the service is to go over that information. So I wanted to make this video for you just to kind of help you understand what it is, how we're evolving with the times, how we're evolving to help best serve our customers, and how to best make it affordable to have a person come join our service, right? Because if you go to a financial consulting firm and ask for these types of services, you're not going to receive what we're giving. That's the first thing. And number two, you're definitely not going to receive it at the rates that we're giving it at right now. Because we're still in our infancy phase, that's the reason why we're doing it for so low. The prices will not remain the same. So if you are interested, make sure you get signed up. We got this promo good through the end of this month, October 2022. So if you're interested, the link is below. If you're interested in getting that information on buying a car because you just want that information, you want to be able to study that information, you want to be able to see what type of caliber we are operating with, reach out. Like I said, I made a huge investment to shift, right? To shift where our company was going, to make it more, to put you in a better position, right? Because I'm speaking to you now, right? Whoever you are and whatever you want for your family, I'm speaking directly to you, right? Just want to make sure I get you where you need to be. With that being said, I want to thank you for taking the time. If you made it this far, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about what it is that we're doing to make the credit repair process a lot better for you. Have a good one.